Hello everyone, this is your lecturer Hajirah Farooq, and today I'm going to be presenting to you the video summary, the lecture summary of at the week 5 and week 6 of the module named Starting a Business and Fundamentals of Marketing. This video will be for my cohort 10 students, and the module code for this module is BMM 3013. And on the screen, you can see my email address. So you can contact me via this email address if you need me at any time. So what's going to be covered today? It's going to be learning outcome 3 that we're going to be learning about today. And you will be able to present a well-structured report consistent with report writing after today's lecture. And by the end of this session, the students will be able to understand the basics of market research. They will be able to know about structuring poster presentation and understand what academic posters are and how to make them. So starting off with market research. Market research is conducted for several reasons. They can be to know about the needs of the customers, to find out about the products and services, to find out about the market and the customers, to explore the potential in the market, and to collect the information about the competitors and their products. So when is marketing research required was our next discussion. Market research could be required when entering to the new market, or when the company needs feedback from the customers, or when the company needs a product or service review, or when the company requires data about the customer's likes and dislikes. There are different data collection methods that we discussed. So there's qualitative research method, and then there is quantitative research method, which includes surveys, questionnaires, tests, databases, and original records. And then there are some research techniques and tools that we discussed that include questionnaire survey, interview survey, and observation. Then we discussed each of them in further detail, as you can see on the slides. If you want to study them in more detail, understand them in more detail, you can go to Moodle and refer to these slides that are readily available for you on Moodle. Then we did an activity. So we provided the students with some cases. And for those cases, the students were basically they had to discuss within each other, and then they had to come up with a research method that would be recommended for each of the following cases that I mentioned. And then we, of course, provided the students with the answers as well for any rectification. Then we discussed why is market research important. There are several reasons. Some of them are that this market research will give an insight of the market for marketing plan and strategy, and then it offers information, etc., etc. Then we watched a video on how to make an academic poster, because the assessment for this module for this semester is basically making an academic poster. So then we discussed that what are the things that the poster must include. So the background of the business, vision, objectives, and the goals of the business, company's name, understanding of the market and competition, target market, marketing mix, SWOT analysis, and investment needed, and financial opportunities are the things that are like a must to be included in the poster. And they are also mentioned very, very clearly in the assignment brief and structure that is available on Moodle for the students. So, and then there are some further details of the marketing plan poster that we discussed, that the information should all fit in one page. The communication should be through brief blocks of texts and words of statements and imagery. And there is free use of color, font, and composition, so the students can be very creative with their posters. And then we discussed on how to design a good poster. We discussed about the layout that can be either landscape or portrait, the typography, and no more than 2 fonts should be used. Limit the use of underlines, capitals, italics, and bolds just to maintain a beautiful formatting and not a haphazard one. Then you can use titles, headings, and subheadings. The main titles must be visible, and bullet points should be used. The colors should be complementary to each other. The color palette should be very, very well thought of. It should not be like random colors. Of course, you're free to use colors, but again, the poster should look good and attractive as well. And then charts, graphs, tables, and pictures can be used, and proofreading is a must to avoid any errors. And then we discuss some steps to create a poster. The step one is to create a new document in PowerPoint and use a blank presentation. Step two is to edit the first page with module code, module name, and the assignment title. Step three is to add a new page for the poster, change it into portrait if you want to, and then start with a blank page. Step four is to add the company's title in the poster using word art, or you can use any app like Canva to design a logo, and then you can move it to somewhere appropriate, for example, at the top or at the middle. And then step five is to insert the text box, and then start writing your details into different text boxes as shown in this figure. Then at step six, you can add charts, graphs using smart art in the PowerPoint. For example, here, one exhibit is shown, and then you can insert different images. And then you can insert a new page for the reference list, or you can make the reference list on the same page at one corner. We did a group activity where the students were to form into groups of 3 or 4 students, and then they had to come up with a business idea and create a vision and mission for their proposed business idea. So this was all about this week, and then week 5, and then we will be moving forward to week 6. So for the summary of week 6, we covered the same learning outcome 3 on how to devise a proper report. And then by the end of the session, you will be able to understand the basics of market research, know what small businesses are, and understand what the contents and structure of a business plan is. So we started off this lecture, the week 7 lecture, by a group activity where the students were supposed to design a questionnaire about a new business that they want to start. The questionnaire should have at least 3 questions, and then they will have it filled by their classmates and discuss their findings. Then we discussed the definition of the small businesses. So according to the European Community 2005, small business is defined as an economic activity that has employees between 10 and 49, and the turnover is less than 10 million. So what are SMEs? We then discuss small to medium enterprises. An SME is any organization that has fewer than 250 employees and a turnover of less than 50 million, or a balance sheet of total less than 43 million euros. Breakdown of the different organization sizes is here. So there's micro businesses, small businesses, and medium businesses. And that's like a breakdown of how these are categorized into different sized businesses. Then we did an activity where we had a case study, and the students were divided into 3 groups. And then each of the group will read the case study and discuss it. The students were required to summarize the case study, discuss the key factors leading to success, and things like that. Then we discussed what's a marketing plan. A marketing plan consists of executive summary, current marketing situation, SWOT analysis, objectives and issues, marketing strategy, action programs, budgets, and controls. Then we discussed each of these areas one by one. As you can see here, you can refer to these slides. They're available for you on Moodle if you want to understand these things in further detail. Then we did a group activity where the students were supposed to pick any company and conduct a POTUS by forces analysis on it that we studied in the previous week's slides. So this was all about week 6 and week 7. I hope you enjoyed it. And you can always go back to Moodle to understand something that you did not, because the slides are available for you. Thank you so very much. And thank you so much for listening.